guys, we are back with another song by Eminem. And which one are we doing today?
Today we're doing Brainless. Do you know it?
Maybe. I
I,
can't think of it.
I
Maybe I do.
if I had to guess, you'd probably recognize the chorus like usual.
That
But
always happens.
yes. So
So maybe.
yeah, this is track 10 off the Marshall Mathers LP2. I always forget to mention each video that we're in the process of going through the Marshall Mathers LP2. We've gone through all his previous catalog, so this is track 10 on the album.
Okay.
Yes, so we
Very
will
cool.
break it down.
Yes.
Yes.
And this video is sponsored by SeatGeek and also Chomps. So SeatGeek is a website where you can get tickets for sporting events, concerts, comedians, literally anything. You can use our promo code with Smith. I'm going to throw it right here, and there's a link for the description. There's a link in the description below. Also, use that same promo code for Chomps. Got my little Chomps right here. And it's an amazing beef jerky company. It's super soft, super moist, delicious. They have multiple different flavors. I'm eating the salt and pepper venison one, which is so good. And I highly recommend it. And you can use that same promo code with Smith, and there's also a link in the description below. And check out our Amazon storefront for all James and I's favorite stuff. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And follow us on all socials. Our username's right there. Yeah, and that's all.
Here we go. Brainless.
Or Eminem has a full line of chainsaws. Eminem, Eminem, Eminem.
Marshall Mathers, Eminem, the rapper Eminem.
Who can say for sure? Perhaps a frontal lobotomy would be the answer. If science could operate on this distorted brain and put it to good use, society would reap a great benefit.
I walk around like a space cadet, placing bets. Who's likely to become a serial killer? Case of Tourette's. Fuck, can't take the stress. I make a mess as the day progresses. Angry and take it out on the neighbor's hedges. Like this is how I cut your face up, bitches, with these head trimming scissors with razor edges. Imagination's dangerous. It's the only way to escape this mess and make the best of the situation, I guess. Cause I feel like a little bitch. This predicament's despicable. I'm sick of just getting pushed. It's ridiculous. I look like a freaking wuss. A pussy. This kid just took my stick of licorice and threw my sticker books in a picker bush. I wanna kick his tush, but I was 6 and shook. This fucker was 12 and was 6 foot with a vicious hook. He hit me, I fell. I got back up, all I did was book. Now that's using your head. Mama always said, if you had a brain, you'd be dangerous. A brain, you'd be dangerous. Prove me wrong, I'ma grow one day to be famous. And I'ma be a pain in the anus. I'ma be the bomb. I'ma use my head as a weapon. Find a way to escape this insaneness. I always said, if you had a brain, you'd be dangerous. Guess it pays to be brainless.
Okay.
Yeah, I know this song. You play it a lot.
Yeah, so it's great. I love it. So they don't have the words here, but there is a little intro. I have the lyrics pulled up on my phone as usual because a lot of these videos are wrong. This case, it just happens to be missing the little intro samples. So you hear like news reports, and then you hear it say, or Eminem has a full line of chainsaws. Then you hear Eminem, 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 which I get the impression is like he's just constantly on the news. He's constantly being spoken about, right?
Okay.
And then you hear the line, Marshall Mathers, Eminem, the rapper. Did you recognize that line?
What am I recognizing about it?
What it's from.
No.
It's a clip from the movie Superbad. I don't know if you remember in the early scene when the convenience store gets robbed and they're asking Seth Rogen and the other cop come in and they're asking the description of him. And she's like, he was white like you, Marshall Mathers, Eminem, you know.
Okay.
So yeah, he took the audio clip from Superbad and used that.
That's so funny.
And then we hear, who can say for sure? Perhaps a frontal lobotomy would be the answer.
Nice.
If science could operate, I think they actually have it. If science could operate on this distorted brain and put it to good use, society would reap a great benefit. So I believe that's actually from a just like on Rap God, the beginning it had clips from like Captain America and Hulk audio. I believe this was a Batman and Joker audio recording.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I wouldn't have known that.
I
I'm
wouldn't have
not
been.
like familiar with that.
Yeah, me either. So I wouldn't have known either. So I believe they were talking about the Joker. It was
Okay.
Batman talking about the Joker. Okay, and then it starts off Eminem's first verse. He says, I walk around like a space cadet. Place your bets. Who's likely to become a serial killer? Case of Tourette's.
Mm.
So, I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory, but space cadet is a phrase meaning
Like you're up in space, like you're not
yeah,
here.
your head's in the clouds, you're like literally spaced out. And then he
Mhm.
says, who's likely to become a serial killer? Case of Tourette's. And then he does fuck, 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 which is very
Like
funny,
having
as if he had.
verbal tick.
Yes. Then he says, can't take the stress. I make a mess as the day progresses, angry, and take it out on the neighbor's hedges. So he's just,
Not his own hedges.
yeah, that's funny. So yeah, he's just talking about his childhood. We find out he's 6 years old. He says, like, this is how I'll cut your face up, bitches, with these heads trimming scissors with razor edges. So he's a little kid. He's imagining, like, getting back at people, bullies and stuff, you know what I mean? Which
Yeah.
is kind of sad.
Yeah.
Then he says, imagination's dangerous. It's the only way to escape this mess and make the best of the situation, I guess. So just in his mind, because his
Yeah, like it's
existence,
like escapism.
yeah, because his whole reality is so fucked up.
Hmm.
Because I feel like a little bitch. This predicament's despicable. I'm sick of just getting pushed. It's ridiculous. I look like a frickin' wuss, a pussy. This kid just took my stick of licorice and threw my sticker books in a picker bush.
Aw,
I know.
licorice is gross though.
It could be
So he did you a favor.
unless it's the red, like the Twizzlers, which is fine. It's
All
not
of
the
it is
same.
bad.
I like Twizzlers. So yeah, we find out that, this is a specific example of him bullying, which is he's kind of
Yeah.
alluding to earlier. Um, and then, just the like the syllables. So I will point out from everything we've doing, he's rhyming like a lot of like syllables, like internal rhymes too, and then the freaking
Yeah.
wuss, licorice, sticker book, picker book. It's like crazy. And he says, I want to kick his tush, but I was 6 and shook. This fucker was 12 and was 6 foot with a vicious hook. So that's so
That's
fucked up.
pretty big for a 12-year-old.
Yeah, not only that, why is any 12-year-old
Yeah,
beating
that's
up a
really
6-year-old?
weird.
Like if it's your little brother, maybe,
Yeah,
and
but
not,
like you're not like beating on him. You're just
yeah,
like messing around.
yeah. So then he says, he hit me, I fell, I got back up. All I did was book. Now there's using your head.
Like
So,
run.
yes.
Buck.
So
Okay.
it's funny because like book is like intelligence typically, right? But he means
And it's
it.
called Brainless.
Yes, and he means it in the sense of running, like you
Yeah,
said,
like
but
the
it's like,
foot.
well, that's using your head, like for booking. Do you know what I
Okay,
mean? It's a play on as if he was reading books. Okay, and then the chorus. Mama always said, if you had a brain, you'd be dangerous. A brain, you'd be dangerous. I'ma prove you wrong. Mama, I'ma grow one day to be famous, and I'ma be a pain in the anus. So, self-explanatory.
yeah.
I'ma be a bomb. I thought it was the bomb. I'ma be the bomb, a bomb. Let's see, I have the lyrics here. Not that it really matters. I'm gonna grow one day to be. Why can't I see this? I'm gonna be the bomb. That's what I thought. I'm gonna use my head as a weapon. Find a way to escape this insaneness. So, son, if you had a brain, you'd be dangerous. Guess it pays to be brainless. So she's like, you would be dangerous, if you actually had a brain in your head. But also, like, you'd kind of be fucked up. So she's like, oh, it's a good thing that you don't have a brain, because
Yeah,
and Eminem's
because
kind
you would be dangerous.
and Eminem's saying the same thing, like, oh yeah, if I did have a brain, I would be doing some wild shit.
That's so funny. My mom would say like a variation of that, but not about me. Like if she were just like, I don't know, losing shit or like fucking something up, she'd be like, geez, if my head were attached, I'd be dangerous. Yeah.
All right, so we'll keep going. Next verse.
It pays to be brainless. Fast forward some years later, a teenager. This is fun, sweet. I just got jumped twice in 1 week. It's complete. It's usually once a month. This is some feat I've accomplished. They stump me into the mud. Gee, for what reason? You stump me. But how do you get this shit beat out of you? Beat down and beat upbeat when you don't have nothing. No valid shot at life, chance to make it a succeed. Cause you're doomed from the start. It's like you grew up on Jump Street. From Jump Street. What if I could just get my head out my ass? I could accomplish any task. Practicing trash, talking in a trance. Locked in my room, yeah, but I got some plans. Mama, these damn rhymes are falling out of my pants pocket. I can't stop it. And I'm starting to blend in more. School, this shit helps for sure. I'm getting more self-assured than I've ever been before. Plus, no one picks on me anymore. I done put a stop to that through my first punch in the story. Still in my skull's a vacant, empty void. Been using it more as a bin for storage. Take some inventory in this gourd. There's a Ford engine door, hinge, syringe, and orange, an extension cord, and a ninja sword. Not to mention 4 linchpins and a stringent stored iron and board, a bench, a wrench, or winch, and a tension whore. Everything but a brain, but domes off the fucking chain like an independent store. Something's wrong with my head, just think if I had a brain in it. Thank God that I don't, cause I'd probably be dumber. Cause mama always said, if you had a brain you'd be dangerous. A brain you'd be dangerous. Prove me wrong, I'ma grow one day to be famous. And I'ma be a pain in the anus. I'ma be a bomb. I'ma use my head as a weapon. Find a way to escape this insaneness. Mama always said, if you had a brain it'd be dangerous. Just pays to be brainless.
Okay. I love this. I feel like each successive verse, it gets even better.
Yeah, it's really good. That was such an intense verse. I was like, what is going on?
Yeah, when he lists what's in his brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Okay.
What?
Verse 2 says, fast forward some years later, a teenager. This is fun, sweet. I just got jumped twice in 1 week. It's complete. So it's funny that he says it's complete because then he follows, it's usually once a month. This is some feat. So he accomplished this feat.
Great thing.
He managed to get jumped twice in 1 week. So, and like
Sad.
he says it's usually once a month. So that's a lot. This is some feat I've accomplished. They stomped me into the mud. Gee, for what reason you stumped me? So they stomped me into the mud, and then he's like, you stumped me. So to play on.
Yeah,
that.
like stabs.
And then and then he does feet. This is some feat. They stomped me.
Yeah, you
Right.
usually stomp with your feet, and then feet is like something that you accomplish.
Yes, exactly. So there's a cool little tie in there.
Yeah.
And then he continues, and he doesn't know why. He says, "You stumped me." He's just getting the shit kicked out of him for no apparent reason.
Yeah.
Then he says, "But how do you get the shit beat out of you?" So that kind of goes back with the shit, beat out of you, beat down, and be upbeat when you don't have nothing.
That's a
So
good line.
shit beat out of you, beat down, upbeat. So then it's the opposite, beat down, upbeat.
Mhm.
When you don't have nothing, no valid shot at life, chance to make it or succeed, because you're doomed from the start. It's like you grew up on Jump Street from Jump Street. So
That's so funny.
I know, I love that
Like you
line.
grew up from like the beginning, from the beginning.
Yeah. So it's interesting. I don't know if this is a triple entendre or just a double. So like Jump Street there's from 21 Jump Street,
Yeah.
right? So it was an actual street in the movie or show. So you could take it that way, like on that street, right? You could take it as he grew up on Jump Street, meaning he gets jumped on that street. You get what I'm saying? And then yeah, maybe it's
And
just
Jump Street means like from the beginning, like the first.
yes, and that's why he says Jump Street from Jump Street. So it's interesting.
Mm.
But yeah, so you'll notice he's telling this fucked up story, right? He's a teenager now, but he's saying like, well, he's wondering, he's like, how do you just keep getting beat up and be
Yeah.
upbeat, right? And then he kind of explains how he holds on. He says, but if I could just get my head out my ass, I could accomplish any task. Practicing trash talking in a trance, locked in my room, yeah, but I got some plans. Mama, these damn rhymes are falling out of my pants pocket. I can't stop it.
Nice.
So it's so funny. It's him practicing trash talking in a trance in his room. So I'm just picturing him in his mirror, like acting out, talking shit. You know what I mean?
That's so funny.
And then these rhymes are falling out of my pants pocket. So like he's just
Like he just has so many.
yeah. So he's starting to get like really good at his rapping and shit. Can't stop it. He says, and I'm starting to blend in more in school. The shit helps for sure. So the rapping helps. I'm getting more self assured than I've ever been before. Plus, no one picks on me anymore.
That's good.
Yes. I didn't put a stop to that. Threw my first punch. End of story. Still, in my skull's a vacant, empty void. Been using it more as a bin for storage. So, things are starting to get better, but he still doesn't have a brain. And he's been using it as a bin for storage. And then we find out what he has been storing. He says, take some inventory. In this gourd, there's a Ford engine, door hinge, syringe, an orange, an extension cord, and a ninja sword. So that's just that part. This is right around this time, I think, was when he did the interview with Anderson Cooper, and Eminem said how it always bothered him that people say you can't rhyme orange,
Oh, yeah.
and he does it here. And then he continues, not to mention 4 linchpins, an astringent stored, ironing board, a bench, a wrench, an oar winch, and a tension whore. So I'm actually a little confused for the astringent stored, unastringent stored, and then ironing board. The stored part, I'm confused. So I know astringent is like the shit you can clean your face with, right?
Yeah, or just anything that like sort of drains like oil out of something.
An astringent store. Oh, is he just saying? Because it's weird that it's unastringent, but because astringent starts with an A, it would be un instead of A. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I guess he's just saying the linchpins and the astringent are stored in there. Do you know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah, I'm not getting the reference.
Yeah, I'm not sure the word. And then whatever he's mentioned, and then an attention whore. So he's doing some self-reflection that, oh, there's an
Mhm.
attention whore in there. Says everything but a brain, but domes off the fucking chain like an independent store. So I love that. So instead of a chain store,
Oh, like you're on your own.
yeah,
Okay.
instead of like a
Interesting.
McDonald's,
Yeah, you're like
Applebee's,
a mom and pop.
exactly. Like an independent store. Something's wrong with my head. Just think if I had a brain in it. Thank God that I don't, because I'd probably be Dahmer.
Ooh.
Jeffrey Dahmer, serial killer. And then the chorus. Ba, 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 ba. All right, we will pick it up and play the rest of the song here.
Okay.
I'ma use my head as a weapon. Find a way to escape this insaneness. Mama always said, if you had a brain, it'd be dangerous. Just pays to be brainless. Not my mom goes womp womp womp. Cause I'm not that smart, but I'm not dumb. I was on the bottom of the pile, getting stomped, but somehow I came out on top. I told you one day, I said they'd have that red carpet roll out show. I'm nice, y'all. Fuck it, I'm out cold. Now everywhere I go, they scream out go. I'm about to clean house, yo. I'm Lysol. Now I'm just household. Outsold to sell outs. Freak the hell out. Middle America, hear him yell out. Until they were so scared. And those kids just about belted out. Whatever spouted or fell out. My smart aleck mouth, it was so weird. Inappropriate, so be it. I don't see it. Maybe one day when the smoke clears, it won't be as motherfucking difficult. Yeah. Till then, hopefully you little homos get over your fears and phobias. It's okay to be scared straight. They said I provoke queers till emotions evoke tears. My whole career's a stroke of sheer genius. Smoking me is tactical, practical jokes. Yeah, you motherfucking insert insult here. Who the fuck would've thought that one little old MC would be able to take the whole culture and reupholstery it? And boy, they did fly. Can't believe this little hit block, this hip-hop shit in this hip pocket. And still the shit got that white trash traffic and gridlock. Shit hopping like 6 blocks from a Kid Rock insane clown posse concert in mid-October. And God forbid I see the wizard and get a brain in my titanium cranium, y'all. Cause I'll turn into the Unabomber. Mama always said, if you had a brain, you'd be dangerous. A brain, you'd be dangerous. Prove you wrong. I'ma grow one day to be famous. And I'ma be a pain in the ass. I'ma be the bomb. I'ma use my head as a weapon. Find a way to escape this insaneness. Mama always said, if you had a brain, you'd be dangerous. Just it pays to be brainless. Saying this ain't even a word, you stupid fuck. Neither is ain't.
It's very funny. Okay. So the chorus finishes up, and then there's this like bridge or like post chorus. I don't know what it's considered before the third verse. Now he says, "Now, my mom goes wah wah wah."
Like Charlie Brown.
Yes, because I'm not that smart, but I'm not dumb. I was on the bottom of the pile getting stomped, but somehow came out on top.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, so literally he was getting the shit kicked out of him when he was
Yeah, like
younger.
bullied a lot.
And now, so yeah, if you notice the first verse, he was 6 years old. Second verse, he's a teenager. And then now this, he's
Like
Eminem.
now,
Yeah. So it's cool. All right. Third verse starts. I told you one day, I said they'd have that red carpet rolled out, yo. I'm nice, y'all. Fuck it. I'm out cold. Now everywhere I go, they scream out, go. I'm about to clean house, yo. I'm Lysol. Now I'm just household. So I love this. He's just shit talking. One day they were going to respect him. I'm out cold. He's like sick.
Yeah.
They scream, and then clean house. I'm Lysol, so you clean house with Lysol, and then
Yeah.
now I'm household, meaning he's a household name, and Lysol is obviously a cleaning product,
Yes.
so it's a cool little thing.
Yeah, it's a little clean scheme.
Yeah. All right. And then he says, outsold the sellouts, freak the hell out, middle America. Hear 'em yell out in terror. They were so scared, and those kids just about belted out whatever spouted or fell out of my smart aleck mouth. It was so weird. So he's reflecting on his rise to fame and how he literally did better than everybody else, scared middle America, and the kids, were in love with him and repeating everything.
Yeah, and that's a really good line. Outsold the sell out.
Yeah, it's
It's
sick.
funny. It's clever.
Yes, I like that a lot. Smart aleck mouth. It was so weird. Yes, and then he does, it was so weird, and then he goes, inappropriate, so be it. I don't see it. That's another one of those lines that I tell you about that just randomly gets stuck in my head even when
That's so
when I'm
random.
not listening to the song. I think it's when I hear the word inappropriate. I go, inappropriate, so be it. I don't see it. I don't know why.
It's so funny.
Then he says, maybe one day when the smoke clears, it won't be as motherfucking difficult. Chia. So he says chia, yeah, in a weird way. Till then, hopefully you little homos get over your fears and phobias. So it's interesting. So he's literally doing a play on the word homophobic, right? So he
Uh-huh.
says, you little homos get over your fears and phobias. So homophobia.
Interesting.
Yeah, so he's playing on that word while he's using the insults. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? So it's very interesting. It's funny. And then on the heels of that, he says, it's okay to be scared straight. They said I provoked queers till emotions evoke tears. My whole career's a stroke of sheer genius, smoke and mirrors, tactical, practical jokes. Yeah, you motherfucking insert insult here. You heard that the woman did that? Did you recognize that?
What do you mean?
So the insert insult here is not Eminem saying that. It's literally
Oh, like a woman's voice, like a
yeah,
robot voice.
yeah, as if like there was this was there before he wrote the lyrics and like he just needed to decide what word to put there, but
Yeah.
he left that in instead.
Okay.
It's really cool.
Interesting.
Yeah, so he did the it's okay to be scared straight, which again, so scared straight is just an expression meaning like, oh, you're scared.
Yeah, like you're like you can't even function.
Yeah, and you're not going to do the wrong thing anymore.
Yeah.
But he's doing that on the back of the homophobia scheme, right?
Well, Scared Straight's kind of like a double entendre in and of itself.
So,
Like Scared Straight, like in a cartoon, you would like get really scared. They're
oh
just
yeah, like
like,
Steph.
like yeah,
Yeah,
like that.
that is true. And then yeah, you stop doing the bad behavior, and then he's obviously doing this on the heels of the other scheme, and that's why he says that they said provoke queers until emotions evoke tears, and then he describes his thing, and then you motherfucking insert insult here. I love that line. Then he says, who the fuck would have thunk that one little old MC'd be able to take the whole culture and reupholstery it? And boy, they did flock. Can't believe this little hick locked this hip hop shit in his hip pocket. Sorry. And still, the shit got that white trash traffic in gridlock, shit hopping like 6 blocks from a Kid Rock Insane Clown Posse concert in mid October.
Kid Rock and Insane Clown Posse. It's interesting.
Yes, so he's just talking about, oh, they loved him. He would change the whole face, the reupholstery. It's kind of an allusion to him being white. You know what I mean? And he changed the fans of hip hop and influenced other white people, right? So there's that. And then he refers to himself as the hick. And then so yeah, he has the hip hop shit, right? But the white trash people that would be going to a Kid Rock and Insane Clown Posse concert also like Eminem.
Uh,
So he's talking about how he has this like broad appeal. And
yeah.
yeah, and then like, the gridlock scheme with the white trash traffic for Kid Rock and Insane Clown Posse, which is good. All right. And then he says, and God forbid I see a wizard and get a brain in my titanium cranium. y'all, because I'll turn into the Unabomber.
Oh God.
Yes, and then
Yeah, that was like a nod to The Wizard of Oz.
yes, that's exactly what it is. Good point. I forgot to mention that.
Yes.
Yes, because which one needed the brain? Scarecrow or no? The Cowardly Lion needed a heart. The Tin, yeah, courage. Tin Man needed a heart. Who needed a brain? The Scarecrow? I think so. I don't remember. Anyway, the at the he does the chorus and then you hear him making a joke saying, "Insaneness ain't even a word, you stupid fuck." And then he says, "Neither is ain't."
Mhm.
So obviously he used the word insaneness in the chorus and he was anticipating people saying, "You're making up
Yeah.
words."
But like that's okay.
Yeah,
I've probably said that word before.
of course.
But yeah. So that's a really good song. I like the beat and the chorus is really good.
Yeah.
And there's like really complicated verses in there. It's cool that he figures out how to rhyme with orange. Like that's pretty
Yes.
awesome. And
Oh, Eminem produced the beat. That's what I
interesting.
was looking up
Yeah, it's really good.
by himself.
Hmm. Like I said, I know this song, but I don't remember any of the verses. Like I just knew the chorus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's a great fucking song. I honestly I think this is an underrated song. I think
Yeah.
even like me, like I love this song every time I hear it, but like it doesn't come to mind instantly. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
it's incredible. It's awesome. Like you said, the beat,
Yeah,
the
exactly.
scheme, like all of it's really fucking cool.
I agree.
Yeah.
So yeah. Don't forget to use our promo code for SeatGeek and Chomps.
Yes.
Check out our Amazon storefront. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
See. Bye.
Bye.